Yo, yo, yo. What's up, Desmond? How we doing, man? How we doing? Can I get a quick sound check, please? I actually got a new PC and I set it up over the weekend, so I want to make sure everything is good. I don't have everything like 100% yet. Like my headphones are wired. I can't get those to connect properly, so I'm having a few teething issues, but okay, you can hear me good? Okay. And what about the background music? Can you hear that or no? If you can, is it loud or quiet, or what way is it? Perfect, cool, great. Okay, I'll give it like another minute or so and just let people join, and then I'll run through my weekly outlook. Cool, thank you, Desmond, appreciate it, man. How was your weekend? Okay, all right, let's go through. Okay, first time in the charts of the weekend, so let's run through. TradeWise is great, man. The only thing is sometimes it can make you lazy, to be honest, because it does pretty much everything for you. So what I tend to do, if I have TradeZilla, I'll still journal my trade in Notion, just because I have to like write down like how I felt, what I saw, blah 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 blah. So I'll go through all the things that I wanted to hit or whatever, all the key points, and I'll copy that link then, and I will just paste that into the day for TradeZilla. So I'll have it all there, so I can go in TradeZilla, like check the day, and if I say, oh, like, what was that trade about, I can go back in and review it, you know. I've never used Excel. I know a lot of people do. I was more of a Notion guy myself, and then I got TradeZilla. So you should try it for a month, man. I think you can get it for, there's a couple of like codes out there. You can get it for maybe $25 maybe for the month, something like that. Definitely worth trying it. There might even be free trials. I think they might even do a free trial if you're first signing up. So I would definitely give it a go. I know there's a new one coming out. T-Trades and Day Trading Realtor are bringing out something similar to TradeZilla. It's called TradeSake. We got access to it with Nick's mentorship. I don't know if it's live yet. I'll see if I can just send you a screenshot. It's pretty much the same thing. Just looks like this. So this is basically going to be a competitor with TradeZilla. Just has like your stats and all that similar kind of thing. Then you can click into obviously your P&L and blah blah blah. But on the left end you have your trades. Then you have your prep and review, which you do in the morning. Manual entries you want to put in like the trade manually, obviously. If you use something outside of TradeOvate or whatever, then you have like students down the bottom is I can go through all the students' preps and trades and all that kind of way, and the results and all that. So this is kind of sick. It doesn't come with backtesting, so I don't know if that's something you want, Dazin, or not. But if you want something without, this is gonna be much cheaper than TradeZilla too. So I don't know when it's launching or whatever, but that's another option for you as well. Especially if you don't want backtesting, because they don't offer it in that. So if you don't want that and it's cheaper, that might be the way to go. Okay, so obviously we're bullish here, or higher time frame. On the weekly C2, C3, we've had weekly C4, so we could see new phase of price here. Maybe weekly gap. Maybe we come down trade here. Maybe we just keep going higher. We'll have to wait and see. I'll just write this here. Basic low, previous weekly high. No problem, man. No problem. Okay, so we're just going to use this as the range for now. Ideally, I would like something like this for the next like couple of weeks. We'll see. Let me check. Also, let me turn off this while I'm doing my. Same thing here. We could also, I just had a quick look at YM there, we could also see basically high. So I see we do have SMT here, weekly SMT here with YM, but I also see we have this weekly gap here. Maybe YM trades into this, creates weekly SMT. I could see something like that too. Oops. Okay, weekly view. Let's go on to the daily. Is this a daily gap? Yeah, small one. Okay. So I could also see us coming down, tapping into this. That's actually kind of nice. I would like that. Same here. Tiny, tiny gap. We didn't get any sort of like gaps, like new week opening gap, or sure we didn't. A small one here, actually, we did. That could be a target. Just obviously short term. Let's see, I actually have a Apex eval that will expire on Wednesday that I need to pass. It needs like $700. So we might try and rip that and see. Yo, Flacco, how we doing, man? What is up? How are you? How was your weekend? Yeah, it looks like they're going to come down. Good man. Ah, well, that's good man. That's exactly what the weekend is for. I basically got off the charts at maybe, I don't know, 11 maybe. We have our weekly call with all the students on Friday at like 11. So that was the last time I looked at the charts. And once that was over, I just like logged off and didn't look again until 15 minutes ago. So I'm glad to hear you did the same. But yeah, rough week last week for sure. For sure. We do have 90 minutes SMT here. Hourly gap here is the only thing. But I do think we hit this new week opening gap. Where's previous daily low actually here for this? Previous weekly low, previous daily low. Okay. I think I'm gonna wait for the next 30-minute candle to open anyway. We'll see. Maybe we get a chance to short in Q here. Yo, what up, Em? How we doing, man? How we doing? How was your weekend? Goal looking. I haven't even looked at gold, Flacco. I've just come in and looked at this. Talk to me. What are we looking at for gold? What are we liking? I have like a weekly C2, so yeah, I would definitely, if I wanted to see this go higher, I would like to see it into this weekly gap here. Oh, silver. Similar thing. Saw your payout. Oh yeah, thanks, Em. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. I don't. That's probably the only one of those I'll be doing. I'm not a huge fan of doing things like that. That was mainly for people who, like a couple of months ago, if you said that to me, I would have been like, "You're crazy. There's no way I'd do that." So it's basically for everyone else. If you don't do dumb shit like that will happen. You can get payouts like that. So that's pretty much it. Daily C2 SMT at H1 gap. Okay. Daily C2. Yeah, I like this. We also have 4-hour gap here, which is nice. $90 SMT. Okay. Okay. No. Okay, and we have hourly SMT. Okay. This is looking nice. Yeah, I like this. T-spot. We're getting a C2 over the T-spot. I'm just wondering, can I long on this next 30-minute candle? If we get a CSD here, I think you can. I won't long the 30-minute candle, but I long, if it closes above here, I look for a continuation on in the next one, I think. Or do I just wait for the hourly? I do like how it looks though. Okay, we'll see how this closes in 3 minutes, and then this, we'll just do the same. Just for gold and indices though, I don't like I want to short indices and then I want a long gold. Usually they are pretty, no, I won't say usually, like lately they've been correlated, so. Yeah, the other thing we could do is wait and see if this creates, like we've been doing the last few weeks, is wait, see if this creates a 30-minute gap. Use that to trade higher. That would be even more ideal. But thanks for that, Flacco. I like that. I like that. What are you watching for intraday? Big pharmacy. I want to see the next. Yeah, I got you. Do you trade the T trades, the TTFM, Flacco? Is that what you use? Yo, what up, Cram? How we doing, man? Look at all the usual heads in here. How are we? How are you? How was your weekend, Cram? I know, I think I told you guys I wasn't going live on Sunday, but my dad is out here visiting from Ireland, so I need to drop him to the airport on Wednesday. And then I think I'll be traveling on Thursday evening, so I can't do then. So I think I'll be live Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Okay, you do a flat. Okay, perfect. So you can tell me, yeah. So we want that wick to form ideally in here and get a CSD. So we'll see. We'll see what the indicator says to us here in a minute now as well when this closes. I mistakenly into 5 minis on gold instead of microx and played dear. Oh shit. That's the worst. Where did you do that tonight, Cram, or when did you do that? Good, man, good. Glad to hear you had a good weekend. Good. And Cram, do you execute on TradingView? Like, do you log into TradeWise and execute on TradingView, or what do you normally do? Because if that's what you do, I have a bit of a, I won't say a foolproof way, but I just have a way that I do it now, so it kind of stops me from doing that. These days. Anybody, how would you guys do on Friday? Did anybody short indices on Friday? I ended up taking a goal along and I lost like $40. But I saw the indices short setting up. I opted not to take it because in hindsight it looked so nice, but leading up to it was like just very choppy. And I was already in the gold trade and I was like, and I was like pretty much break even, $40. So I was like, you know what? Even if you lose $40 and indices goes, it's not a bad like Friday. It's been a tough week. Just like if gold goes, great. If it doesn't, like it's okay to be break even. Of course, indices dumped in for like 3.5 hours. So, but that's the way it goes, I guess. That's the way it goes. Oh, do we have FOMC this week? actually. Okay, here we go. New 30 minutes. Alright, so we did CSD on all these, which is nice. And Flacco, if we don't get this retest down here, I'll just wait and see if we get a 30-minute gap. Good, Flacco. Well, I don't know if it's good. Did you, was it a winner or what? I think I was just too late getting in. I got in just right around like 9:30. It was after running too far, but it still looks so nice. 30-minute gap. Oh wait, so you're up 7,400 cram? Like your profit 7,400? When you say accounts are at 7,400 each. I don't know if that's profit or what. Yo, what up, Mikey? How we doing, man? How we doing? What did I just do? Also, Flacco, you're probably not going to get a chance to long this previous daily high, but looks like it's just going to run straight for it. But anyway, if you're trading this is your swing. Like this would be just like your low-hanging fruit. This is where you'd want to be targeting. Mightn't get there tomorrow, like in one candle. They could have a day or two of that, but this would be your low-hanging fruit. Okay. I got you. Okay. Sorry to hear that, man. That sucks. Yeah, well, at least you got payouts in them. Like you're not down money. You're just, that's the beauty about getting payouts. Just you can reload again. You know, that sucks. Yeah. I think everyone's gonna be burnt by that at least once. I did it once on NQ. Put on a trade, and I was like, you know, I'm not gonna watch this. Went to the barbers, came back, and my accounts were like, I wasn't even at TP, but they were like 5,006. It was the Apex 150k, the intraday ones, the ones where you could get like the huge payouts and stuff. And I came back, and each account was at like 5,600 profit each. So I just automatically closed them, and I was like freaking out because yes, they won. I didn't blow them, but I had to, the consistency rule in, I had to make like, I can't even remember, like 167k or something in order to try and get a payout. So that was fun. That was one good way of forcing myself to try and size up. But yeah, everyone gets burnt with that at least once. So what I do now is I just have, I'll try and pull this down. I don't know if you guys can see. I don't know if you guys can see the top of my screen. So I just have up in the top here, I have all my tabs, but just on one of the tabs I have my screen split into 4. So like obviously this is like split into 2, this is one. I have it split into 4, and I just have like ES or MES, MNQ, MYM, MGC, and I'll just keep those there. And then like if I want to trade, I don't know, maybe oil or something, I'll like switch to MCL or whatever it is. So that kind of forces me to not click any button on any of the minis. What accounts were they, Cram? Who were they with? Like what? Which firm? Because you know who are so good is Lucid. If you don't have them, like Lucid are so good. They're doing like a 40% off their off the Lucid dailies. Or like Lucid's my favorite firm by a mile. Nick has, let me check down here. Nick has, I think it's just code Nick. Oh, Nick D for Lucids. You get like 40% off there. Like they're so good. Mado, what's up, Mado? I smell German here. Who do you suspect is German? Yeah, I think right now with this push up, Flacco, I'm gonna wait to see if we form a 30-minute gap here, because it's too high up for me to long anyway. And if we have come up this high and we drop in this candle, it's kind of unlikely that we'll go back up again. You know, I would have wanted this candle to come lower and then go higher. The fact that we opened, went higher, and just took out this high, and now we're trading back down. Like, I'll just wait now to see wherever we close, and then I'll just look to trade the 30-minute gap higher. Must have felt good. I hate those. Oh, it's me too. But at least I was out of the trailing drawdown straight away, which was great. But it was, I was still freaking out I thought they might like ban me for, like being reckless or whatever, but they didn't, thankfully. Yo, what up, Subat? How we doing, man? What's the plan for NQ? I was looking to short NQ, but on this 30-minute candle we have like 2 sets here. I was hoping this would come up a bit higher to try and get a short. We have 90-minute SMT here, 90 or an hourly as well. You could have taken something like this, I guess. I don't know what kind of RR you would have got though, because I guess you could only target the new week opening gap, right? Even here, I don't know, but I'm gonna have to take something either tonight or tomorrow night, because this Apex eval expires on Friday or on Wednesday, sorry. So I need to try and pass that. But gold is looking the best right now, I think. Honestly, if gold is like not consolidating the higher time frame, I'll just spend most of my Asia streams just longing, just, well, yeah, pretty much longing, but trading that. $150K is from funded next and trade. Oh yes, I think you told me that before. Okay, so you're live with Lucid? That's great. I don't have any live with Lucid, but I heard they're meant to be really good. Their live program is going to be really good. But if any of the rest of you guys are, like Cram said there, and I just got one as well last week about getting max payouts, like they're really good to pay out Lucid, so you have it in like, it's in your bank in like minutes. Why does micro silver move a lot? I have no idea. Does it? What do I even have here? Do I have... Oh shit, I have micro silver here, do I? Good catch, Flacco. Did you spot that on mine, or did you just... Or what was that? I don't know why I had SIL up there, to be honest. But good catch. Except now I have to redo all my analysis. I'll just set an alert here in case we I was second and Lucid leaderboard at some point. Oh, that's crazy, man. Oh man, if you were on the right side of some of those silver trades, forget about it. Forget about it. So get 3 minutes on the micro and looks a lot smoother. But if that's the case, maybe I'll go back. No, I guess that's... Flacco, would you take something like this now? So we opened higher, obviously, then we came down into this fair value gap here. Like, would you take something... Let's not say previous daily high was here. Let's say you got like 2 hour to previous daily high. Would you take something like that? Because like, this is really the protected swing now. CST higher. Like, I would prefer this candle to open low into here. With 15 minutes as well left in this hourly candle, which will most likely open low, high close. So now we'll have a 15-minute gap, 30-minute gap. Yeah, I'm just gonna pray it doesn't go from here. I was looking for 300 over 5 minutes and a blown account. Sorry, I shouldn't be laughing at that. It was just the way you worded it. And there's definitely a good bit of luck to trading out, definitely. Okay, maybe this is the setup maybe to take. You just get no RR to like previous daily high. Oh, okay. Oh, what kind of accounts do you have that you can trade silver, Flacco? I can't trade silver in mine because some of the firms I'm with don't allow it, and the other reason is I only have 50k, so I only have a small bit of drawdown. The fucking price of silver is like crazy. Even the micros. This would be this setup, I guess. If one wanted to take it, it's just a bit high up for me. Draws here. Oh, what did I do? Do we have any 30-minute gaps? Okay, we'll have a 30-minute gap in indices as well. Well, on YM. See if maybe get some SMT fill. Something like that. We'll just see if it works out. I mean, if I got a 1-to-1, I could just YOLO this Apex eval I have. Okay, these are both taking previous daily high too. Is anybody here actually in a trade at the moment? Tempted to take 2 weeks break before I load up evals again, but no, man, no. You wouldn't lose your edge in 2 weeks if you really know what you're doing. No, you wouldn't. Just out of curiosity, why the 2 week break? Just because of PA, or just because you want some time off? Like it's the end of August, just come back in September. What's the reasoning behind that, if you don't mind me asking? No, I'd say like the longest break I've ever taken has been like a week if I go on vacation. Funnily enough, the two weeks that I went on vacation and I didn't trade, like where I just took completely off, Two of them were actually places my wife and I went, and you weren't allowed to have like any electronics. You couldn't have your phone or laptop around or iPad or anything like that. Obviously you could have it in the room, but it was like an all-inclusive, and I just left. I didn't bring my laptop, so I couldn't trade, and it was the best thing I ever did. It was like a forced break, but I've done that twice, and after that I've had my biggest months, like my biggest weeks and my biggest months after doing that. So I don't know if it's obviously a small sample size, but there must be something said for it. I just came back completely refreshed, so I highly recommend it, and I tell everyone in the mentorship as well, as to like, they feel bad if they have to work or if they take a break, or if they feel burnt out, they're like, oh, like I feel bad, I need to take a break. But like, breaks are a good thing, especially if you're feeling like you need one. That's probably too late, but it's definitely better than nothing to take one, so definitely. Yeah, that's probably smart, Cram. That's actually, I think, very mature, I would say. Because you mightn't feel it, but you could be a little bit like annoyed, know what happened, just you want to pass those evals, you want to get them back now straight away because they're gone, you know. Do you have other funded accounts besides them? I know you said you have Lucid Lives, but do you have other funded accounts now as well? That didn't sound too dissimilar to me. Last time I bought evals, I passed them, and I said I'm not buying more evals until these set of accounts get to pay out, and that's what happened then last month. So I just bought like a bunch more evals. I want to get to like 40 funded accounts by the end of the year if I can. Flacco, I think we might be shit out of luck on gold, man. Unfortunately. Oh, so you've no other funded, Cram? So you would just take a complete break from trading for 2 weeks and then come back? I don't think that's a bad idea, especially in this PA with indices and stuff. I definitely don't think that's a bad thing. Do you only trade eval? No, I don't. Not solely evals, Flacco. No. I do use it as a good time to try and pass them, because I've only been trading Asia since I started streaming here, so I'm still getting used to it. But I feel like we're starting to get the hang of it here, and the other thing is, like, if you catch, like we did a couple of times in gold, you can catch, like, if the low of the day is set when you're here and you can get in, you don't have to risk that much. You can just let the evals ride overnight and set your TP for wherever it is and like go for it that way. But if I see something like really clean on gold, like I'll take it on all my fundeds too. It kind of just depends on the setup, you know. But I'm a New York trader and I have been for years and years, so that's like my bread and butter. So I just like, unless it's like A plus for me, I'll I won't take it on my funded. I'll just rip a few evals. But I have taken some funded trades here on these streams. Out of curiosity, Cram, why do you prefer the 150Ks? Why not like the 50Ks? Yeah, that's it. That's myself and Flacker are waiting for two. I don't know. I also don't like. We actually haven't swept it yet, but we'll definitely open, sweep it, and then come lower. Like it's just. I still think we can go higher because we opened close to previous daily high. Let me check the ADR. Nope. Wrong one. Where's the one, the 2 degrees ADR one? This one. This one, yeah. Has plenty of room to run here. Sets the low day at like the 33% too. Yeah, like this has plenty of room to run here, so I think you could take a fast previous daily high if it decides to give a pullback. But previous daily high has just been taken there now, so. But we do have a new 90-minute opening. New hourly, new 90-minute. We shall see. No, it is a paid indicator, but I don't pay for it. I also have TTFM. I actually have access to all of the. There's like a certain name for it that 2 degrees has for all like his indicators. It's basically like a bucket of them all, and you can pay like a one-off fee for it. But I actually got a code from someone, I can't say who. It's not Nick, but I got a code and I can get them all for free. So the only ones I use are TTFM and the ADR one. And I've pulled up Matt's indicator a couple of times, but it's pretty much the same as TTFM. It's just I am so used to the TTFM when I use that. Okay, that's fair. The only thing I don't like about them is the payout to like loss limit ratio. or like profit to loss ratio is like much smaller on the 150Ks. I used to trade them constantly as well, but not anymore. Yeah, it looks like this shit just wants to rip. I don't even know if there was an entry earlier though, was there? Yeah, I don't think so. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Like, just I guess if you're more comfortable with that, that's all that matters. Oh, I didn't see that, Flacco. Good man. You took the gap fill entry on silver. Which one did you take? What, you take something like this? When you say gap fill, or take something like that, or like this. What's indices doing? Oh shit. Oh, 3-minute gap. So you entered on 3-minute gap, or you took the one like? Because I know you were saying you were watching it here somewhere. Anyway, good shit, man. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good shit. Might have to wait for an hourly gap. That's what it's looking like now. This NQ is just ripping here in this hourly gap. That's an insane 5-minute candle on NQ here. 9 o'clock came and just absolutely ripped. We have a 90-minute 2-stage here, but if you wanted to short it now, like the CSD is just way too far. Yep. 2-stage here. Where's the 3-minute CSD? Yeah, that all looks like low resistance too, but I just know where I can take it from. Same, I'm the same. That go along was clean, very clean. That's alright though. Only Sunday. We won't panic. His goal is ripping the holy shit. But yeah, I agree. I'll just watch indices for another bit and see if anything. I could see a bullish scenario here for indices. Like we have this C2 into a gap. Now we're trading C3. C3 just rips higher. You'd really have to see if we form a gap here, take it on the gap, and take something like that. If you were, if you wanted long indices, it's the only I can see at the moment. OM is going for a previous daily low. Anyone want a long oil? This shit's ripping as well. Do we think this is low of day for gold? How do we feel about that? I think this 4 hour gap is going to be, and this low here is like low of day now for higher. RTY, actually, I'll do with RTY. Yeah, that's kind of why I was asking. I was hoping it would say this is lower day, close this 4 hour, another 4 hour not too far away, leave a 4 hour gap or 90-minute gap or something for New York would be nice. That's kind of what I was asking him. Yeah, that would be very nice. I do think indices goes lower maybe too. I like to see this little gap filled. While we're just sitting waiting for this to form, does anybody any questions or anything they want to discuss? As usual, I'm always here to answer questions if you want to discuss anything. Otherwise things can be very boring if we're just sitting here watching gold rip without us. NQ looks like it wants to go lower, but not sure yet. Just have to wait and see. Yes, Flacco, yeah, I'm on East Coast time. I live in New York. So East Coast, so it's 9:14 here for me. PM. What about you? Where are you from, Flacco, or what time zone you in? pretty late for you. Okay, from Arizona, nice. I was in, when was I in Arizona? Maybe, I was there a couple of years ago. What part of Arizona are you from? I was in Tucson, and I spent a night in Phoenix. I actually rented a motorcycle. My wife and I, we rented a motorcycle and drove around there for a bit. A lot of fun. It was hot though, man, on the bike. Fuck, it was hot. But yeah, so I usually do Asia streams between 8 and 10 is my time. So that's for you. That's like 6 to 8 for you, Flacco, is it? Yeah, I do cram. Yeah, no, I haven't traded oil in a good bit, so it's usually just indices in QES, YM, sometimes RTY. I'll only ever trade RTY if, say, I'm looking to trade YM. Say YM looks the best for the day, and that's the one I want to like trade. Then I'll use SMT with RTY if NQ and ES look like shit. So that's kind of all I'll do, or vice versa. If I want to trade RTY, I'll use YM. But yeah, and then I trade gold. I don't trade silver. I just use it for SMT. And then there's probably a couple of weeks every year where oil trades clean, but I haven't taken an oil trade now in a long time. So yeah, and then I used to trade FX quite a bit as well. I haven't been doing that as much recently. But I used to, I wouldn't know if you call it swing trading essentially, but like I would look for 4 hour to 4 hour to 15-minute fractal models. So like wait for like a weekly C2 or weekly C3, 4 hour like gap or whatever, and a 15-minute CSD, and then I would just trade that and let that run for like a couple of days depending where my target was. So I would do that for FX a bit, but yeah, I trade them all pretty much. That's a good question, Em. That's a very good question. What are some non-negotiables for you during the week to prevent you doing dumb shit? So there's a lot when it comes to that. So you have to like, there's like, I guess the trading side and the risk side, and then just like the human side. So like the trading side, so you have your checklist, right? There's obviously like, or your entry criteria and all that, but like there's certain nuances then as well. Like I'll never long high of day. I'll just never take a long when we're at high of day, like never. Say we open up, like I'll need some, that's why I need gaps. Like I need retracements. I need, like, I don't mind seeing us go higher, but I want to see a retracement before I get long. Like I'll just never long gold here. Like this is low of day, this is high of day so far. I'll never long here. I don't care. I'll never long here. So that's why I'll need something like this, and here is where I want to get long, so I can long it back towards high of day and further again. Like I'll never long high of day. And then like I think we all know, like if you're taking a setup outside of your like, I guess, entry criteria, outside your model, like there's times we've all like, say, I don't know, like when I used to trade unicorns, like unicorn you want to see a breaker and a fair value gap, but sometimes I would get just a breaker and I wouldn't wait for the fair value gap, and like I know that's wrong because it's like, and then I'm just a breaker trader, you know. Sometimes they work, sometimes they wouldn't, but like I'm not trading my model and I'm not letting the probabilities play out and bringing in so much other shit into it. That's like the trading aspect. I can probably think of better examples, but off the top of my head now I'm kind of struggling. Then risk management stuff. So like 1 win a day, I'm done. 2 losses in a day, I'm done. And then like, depends what kind of loss I take. But if I'm down like I'll definitely lose no more than 4 hours in a week. Like if I'm down 4 hours, I'm definitely just taking a break. But if I take a 1 hour loss, I'll usually size down half an hour for the next trade if it's the same day. But if I start the next day, I'll just go back. I'll just keep my 1 hour risk. But so the max I'm willing to lose in one day is like 1.5 hours. People argue about that all the time, just saying you should just go for max again, but it just doesn't work for me. So that's kind of risk management stuff then too. Like don't go, I guess, chasing your losses and shit. Don't trade this isn't like a non-negotiable, but like I won't look to get into a trade after like 11:30 unless I'm actively going to trade the PM session. So I'll only trade like 4 hour candles. So I won't take a trade at like between 12 and 1 or like even 1 and 2. I'll just wait for the new 4 hour candle at 2 to form, you know. What other kind of things now? Dumb shit. Like moving, when it comes to stop loss movement placement, like not moving it somewhere where I hope price won't come back to, but like putting it at a protected swing. And like sometimes price gets so bullish, it's great to see it, but like it could be up close to 2 hour, or I could be past it. Say I'm targeting like 3 hour. Like even we'll say, I don't know, here. Like see if I get you. So like I have a protected swing here, right? On the 5 minute. Let's just say I took this. Right. Like we're up to 2 hour here now. If I'm not TPing here 2 hours, say I want to hold it to, I don't know, just higher, right? Like even when we're up here, like 1.75 hour, I can't trail my stop here anywhere because I don't have a protected swing. Like lots of people go break even here, but like price could easily do this, you know, when it's here. Now you probably wouldn't want to do that, but it could do that, you know. That's again kind of going outside my rules, but that's like a trading thing outside my rules. But it's also I'm doing that because I'm scared, you know. I'm like, okay, well I don't want to come down here because I don't want to lose all this profit, but that actually might kill you in the long run because you could trail your stop too tight and then you're like, oh well, thank God, like I got out for 1 hour, but it could run to 3 hour and you'll cost yourself 2 hour in, you know. That's pretty much it. But good question. I wish I was giving you better answers about doing dumb shit. But I think we all have this voice in our head, or this little person on our shoulders. We know, like, you know, sometimes when you're going to click the button that you shouldn't be clicking it, but we do it anyway, you know. Let me think about it a bit more. If more come to me, I don't think I did a great job there, but if more come to me, I'll say it. Where was it? Phoenix? Okay, to me, okay. Yeah, it was hot there before. So 6:17, nice. Nice and early for you, so. Thank you, Graham. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate all you guys being here. As much as I love like the trade and stuff, I actually really like these conversations now. So I'm glad M brought up that question now, because I like talking about trading, discussing things like with you guys, getting different perspectives. Like you with the 150k accounts, you like them just because you're comfortable with them, and that's perfectly fine. And like I like the 50ks. There was somebody in the mentorship asked me the other day, they were saying, I'm thinking about removing like RTY and YM from my thing, like, do you think that's okay? They're just not comfortable with them. And I was like, yeah, you shouldn't even have to ask that. Like, if you're not comfortable with it, like nobody else should tell you that you need to be comfortable with it. Like just go with it. Don't even ask. Accountability wise, Notional journaling, right? Say that again, Em. Like, do I use Notion for journaling? If that's the question, yes, I do. And accountability wise, I don't know if that's something separate or if you're asking me, do I use journal for being accountable? Yes, Flacco, I do. Yeah, I do. And honestly, lots of times I'll just take one trade in a day. And usually if it's an L, usually I'm out at that, because I like to get in where my overall idea is invalidated, if that makes sense. So like, let's just say like another reason I wouldn't long. Oh, another thing, don't ever place your stop loss in a gap. So let's say this candle was closing in, it's 33 minutes, say 3 minutes or 10 minutes, and you're going to long, like this is the low of this candle. So say you were going to take this right now, this CSD here, right? Put your stop here, and there was like 10 minutes left in this candle. Like, awful idea, because there's a good chance that this gap is going to be hit. So don't ever put your stop in a gap. They're the kind of things that when you say non-negotiables for me, like that kind of shit. But yeah, so Flacco, back to your question. Yeah, so if I take a loss, I'll usually go half risk. But a lot of times I'll just take one trade, because I like to try and get in like down here. So my stop is at like an actual like invalidation point where, so like say I wake up tomorrow, like I'm bullish now on gold, right? And where I wouldn't be bullish on gold is, say our next candle, or not next candle, next few candles, but say I wake up tomorrow and gold is like this, right? And we're after closing back down here. Well, and we're after taking out previous daily high. Well, will I still be bullish? No, of course not, because it's not going here. It's after invalidating this. We swept previous daily high. We've now got a bearish CSD, yada, yada, yada. So imagine this is like the 5-minute time frame, and I took say this is an hourly gap, and I took this entry, we'll say, right? Let's just say I enter on this CSD here, stop at this low, and I'm targeting whatever up here. Okay, so this is my idea, and if this gets invalidated, I'm probably like, okay, I'm just wrong on this pair, unless something like, say this is a 30-minute gap, and I get stopped out, and then we form an hourly gap and we get the same setup, I'll take that again, an hourly gap, but I'll only go half risk. And if I get like 2 hour, I'll just walk away and break even for the day. Like that's fine. That's no problem for me. But if I lose again, I'm only down 1.5 hour, and I'm always trying to protect my downside. So over the course of a year, those half hours that you save could be huge. And I know people will say, well, on the other side, the hour you'll be missing on the times you're right will also be huge. And that's fair, that is fair. But when you're dealing with only a small bit of drawdown, I'd rather be more conservative on when I'm after taking a loss, and I can push my winners then. Like if say I'm after taking, say like one day I had a 2 hour win on a Monday, and it went to 4 hour, or for 2 hour, and I'm up 400. I can, if I want to my next trade, I can always risk 400, because if I lose, I'm only break even for the week anyway, you know, shit like that. So I'd rather be more conservative on the downside, if that makes sense. Oh yeah. One second here. Oh shit, let me I got a new PC, I don't have my laptop here. Let me I haven't downloaded Notion yet on this. I actually only just set it up today, but I was trying to get OBS working try to set up NinjaTrader or Replicanto again. That is absolute torture. But let me see if I can pull up my Notion here. I'll give you a screenshot of my basically what my routine looks like. Okay. Okay. These I don't do. I'll tell you the ones I do religiously now, but there was once upon a time where I just did not miss these. These were pretty much what I did. So I would have a checklist here. So I'd wake up 6:30ish. I'd either walk or go to the gym. So I'd have a walk/gym here, and then I would either do afternoon walk, cardio. So if I did gym in the morning, I would walk in the evening. If I walk in the morning, I would do like gym or cardio in the afternoon. Do that. I always meditate 10 minutes before a session just to calm the mind, get the cortisol down, get the breathing down. Just a quick personal journal on how I'm feeling. Did I sleep well? Is there anything like bothering me? 2 or 3 lines, that's all it is. Pre-market analysis, I have a separate Notion tab for that I go through. Do all my markups, blah, 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 put them in there. Then tick, did I trade? Yeah, so did I trade that day? Yes. Did I journal my trades? Tick that. Daily trading review, so I either go over my journal trades or I review price action from that day. Read, I don't do this anymore, to be honest. This was kind of when I was learning. I used to try and read like at least an hour a day. But I don't do that anymore, to be honest. So you can scratch that. Then afternoon walk, cardio, and then this is at night. My affirmations or gratitude, just another 4 or 5 things that I'm like grateful for or whatever, and that's pretty much it. But I would say meditation would be the big one. I think that would be the big one for me. Like if I didn't meditate, I wouldn't trade. Not probably wouldn't trade, I just wouldn't trade. Like small things make a huge difference in your trading. Like and it's just, as I say, like trading is just a reflection of ourselves. Like we're just like looking in the mirror. So like if you're trading impatient and scattered and all that, there's probably something on the outside that's causing that, you know. Like if there's shit bothering you and you're outside of your life, you're not going to trade well. That's like a fact. I don't care how good you are. What's going on here? I tell you, this looks good for a short. Meditate, just focus on breathing, not thinking. Yeah, so I use the Headspace app, so I just do that. But yeah, focus on breathing, and it's not that you're not thinking. Everyone thinks that like, oh, meditation, you just meditate and you just stop. It's not you don't think, you just learn to control your thoughts, and like thoughts are just thoughts, that's all they are. You know, like the amount of times we think of, the amount of times shit we think about, and we automatically assume that they're true. Like how many times have we said, oh my god, that guy probably thinks I'm an idiot, or like you did something stupid in front of like a girl you like oh my god, she thinks I'm a dope, or like just things like that, or like, I wonder, does that guy hate me? He probably hates me now because of that. And most of these people aren't even thinking about you, you know? We have this, build up this perception in our head. So it's just learning how to like control thoughts. Thoughts are always going to come and go. You just gotta like, okay, it's a thought. That's all it is. It's not like, just because I'm thinking it doesn't mean it's true, you know? Just learn how to control those things, you know? Or like, I think we have a 2-stage here. I think we're going to go to the lows. That doesn't matter a shit. That doesn't mean we're going to go to the lows at all, you know? That's good. I'm glad this is helping, because this is honestly something I struggle with too. But I think that's huge. If you want to be a professional trader, most people think like that, oh, I'll wait till I'm profitable and then I'll start becoming like a professional trader. That's the complete opposite way of doing it. Like, you got to act like you're already making money, you're a professional trader, and then those kind of things like will manifest. Like eating clean, waking up early, working out, having a good mindset, like being hydrated, even things like that, being hydrated. Like I get up in the morning and I drink water. Sometimes I'll drink, it depends if I worked out or ran or whatever, I'll take electrolytes. Like fish oil, L-theanine helps with, if you're anxious or nervous, I take that. And I'll have all that, and then I'll just drink a coffee before I start streaming or before I start trading, you know. Then looking after yourself, and then treating it like a business. Coming in the morning, you're the employee, like, okay, have I done my prep for the day? What's the job? Not just sitting down to the desk at 9 o'clock saying, oh, I think the market's going to go up, and just logging it, journaling it all, and then reviewing it and saying, okay, I was long biased today, but it went short, like why? Write that down. Like, reviews like that will really stick in your mind. Fill up thoughts on oil. I actually don't have any thoughts on oil. Fill up. I can. Like, we have this weekly C3 or now weekly C4. Daily C3 here on RB. I could see. My thing is that I am. So these go inverse to indices, right? So I'm bullish on indices, clearly. Now, do I think we got down to this previous weekly low? I don't know, but we may get down to this daily gap at least. So I could see oil going higher a bit, but we're just kind of in this, like, the weekly hasn't even been doing much, to be honest. We're just kind of doing this in the weekly. Like, this was horrible here. Then we just got like 2 weeks of straight up, and now we're not doing a whole pile here. So I don't really have any thoughts on it, man, to be honest. Like I was saying, there's definitely, it's seasonal. There's definitely times where it's really nice. I guess like you have this bullish gap here. If I was to short, I'd want to see that like inverted, but also if I wanted a long, I'd want to see like a daily closure above here. We've had, last Thursday we've had this candle, Friday was an inside bar, and so far Monday's an inside bar. So that just tells me it's consolidation like this. So I would at least want to see a daily closure above here for me to be confident that this low is in and we can trade maybe up to here. That's kind of how I see it right now. So let's see. Yo, Esco, how we doing? Trading for Nick? What do you mean trading for Nick? Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I see you've been doing pretty well yourself in the Discord. I don't get to spend as much time in there as I would like now these days, but I've been seeing you putting in some bangers there. Like I was saying to Em earlier, that's not a... I had a big back and forth with Nick about whether or not I would even do that. That's not the last thing I want is for it to be like, oh hey, look at me and my payouts. It's basically I want it to be as motivation for people. No problem, Philip. No problem. I wish I had a clear answer for you, but it just doesn't look... I just think there's nicer things to trade at the moment rather than trading oil, like gold or indices. Oh yeah, I am. Esco, yeah, I've been trading here now for, I don't know, 2 months, 2.5 months. So yeah, I've been helping Nick with his mentorship, and then I've just been enjoying that. And he asked would I've been interested in streaming on YouTube, and I said yeah, sure. So he just asked would I do some Asia streams, and we've been doing them now for like 2 months, maybe 2.5 months. So they've been good. So yep. Good, Joshua. That's good. That's good. I say this all the time. I'm sure 90% of you guys inside here, unless you have no idea how to trade, which is also completely fine, or if you're just learning or whatever. I'm sure if I checked you guys, like, if I went through your guys' journals here, I'm sure what I'd see is some really good trades and some really stupid trades. So my thing is you don't need more good trades, you need more or less stupid trades. You know, when I first started out, I thought, okay, I have my model, I have it set. Now the more I trade, the more money I'll make. I think I said this on the thing too. I'm probably repeating myself because it's just the same shit all the time. But like, more trades doesn't equate to more money. Like, I'm sorry, less trades do. Like, if you find 2 high quality setups a week, that's more than enough. 3 is like really, really good, you know. It's just having the patience to sit between them. Like, again, I'm going to repeat myself. It probably goes for the rest of you guys too, but like, say I pass, I don't know, 5 Apex evals or 5 Lucid evals, I'm like, okay, great. I have 5 fresh evals, I'm going to get these to pay out. I'm going to be so disciplined. I have 2,000 of drawdown, I'm only going to risk 200 per trade, gives me 10 trades, and there's no way I'll lose 10 trades. Okay, perfect. And even if you have a 50% win rate, right, which is good, it's profitable. If you take TP at 2R, 50% win rate, you shouldn't really be losing this 2,000 drawdown, okay? That's all great until what happens when you take your first 2 trades are losers, okay? Maybe that happens in day 1. You come in the second day, you lose another 2 trades, like you're down 4R, okay? So you're down 800, you've 1,200 left, you're like, oh man, fuck it, how am I ever going to get this back? I'm so far from a payout now, you know? You're like, oh, do you know what, I'm just going to risk 500 or 6, you know, I've 1,200 left, I might as well just use these, turn it into 2 bullets, I'm just going to risk 600 on the next trade. Like, that never ends well. So like, if you're going to risk 600 at that stage, you might as well just go and risk the 600 from the start, because you'll have a better chance of getting to the payout, you know, and you're not letting the probabilities play out in your favor. And what'll happen is you'll blow that account, you'll go back to the eval after buying them, and then you'll hit a couple of good trades there, and you'll be like, oh, why didn't I just wait for these on my funded? I'm sure some of you guys here know what you're talking about, because this used to always happen to me, like always. And the other thing is, like, stop putting, like, of course the goal is the payouts, right? And I talk to students a good bit about this, is like, oh, if only I could get to have funded, like some people say. And then, like, we never stop wanting, like, and then once you have the funded, oh, if I could only just get to 1 payout, I'd be so happy, you know. And then once you have that, you're like, okay, I just want 5 accounts. Then you just get 5 payouts. Then you want 20 accounts, you want 20 payouts. You're just like, okay, I want my first 10k month. I want my first 50k month. I want my whatever, you know? Like, we get so caught up and lost in that we, like, you just need to learn the process. I know people are probably shit sick of hearing this, but like, that's really what it is. Like, I'm telling people in the mentorship too, like, if you're trading an eval and you've never passed one before, just trade it as if you're trading a funder with 10, leave yourself 10 bullets for drawdown, because what'll end up happening is if you risk high on that and you say you get 3 lucky trades or 2 lucky trades, you're just going to go into the eval to fund it and blow it and be frustrated. So like, whether you're trading an eval, a funded, a live account, or like personal capital or 10 million, like, your process should always be the same. Like, am I taking a high quality setup? If my funded accounts had only 1 bullet left, would this be the trade I would take? If the answer is yes, take the fucking trade. That's the other thing. Don't be so scared to take the trade. And you have to be okay with taking losses. Like I said, I think that those payouts I got, my win rate was 47%. That's less than 50. So if I said to you guys, okay, you're going to get a payout, right? You're going to have your biggest month ever, but you're going to lose like 5.3 out of every 10 trades. You'd probably be like, oh yeah, that's fine, until you start losing those trades and you feel like shit then. You know, you got to let the probabilities play out. You're going to have more losers than you are winners, but your winners are going to outpace your losers. Like, that all sounds fine, me here sitting it and saying it to you guys, you know, like, oh yeah, it's having to go through that. You know, being down for a week, being in drawdown, that's kind of how you react there, is how you know if you're going to make it or not. Because I used to always say, oh yeah, sure, I don't care, like 50% win rate's great. Like, I wouldn't care about the losers once I'm having the winners, but like, you do, it affects you, it definitely does. Sorry, I went off on a bit of a tangent there, but so yeah, so Joshua, I don't know if you were here earlier, I went through, Em actually asked me a great question on, when I say like eliminating the dumb shit, what do I do? I won't go through it all again, but if you go back, I don't know, maybe 15 or 20 minutes, this is how I started this whole rant. So if you want more info on that, you can go back and check. Oh cool, let's go, cool. How is that going? He actually he asked me to do that too, and I don't have a TikTok account, so I downloaded it, got TikTok Studio or whatever that is, or TikTok Live, and was just about to sit down to go live. But you need to have an account for 30 days and you need 500 followers or some shit, so I had to scratch that. How long did it take for you full time? Did you I get this one a lot, Dazin. I get this one a lot, so this is always a tricky one to answer, because like, I guess like most people here, like when I started, like I wasn't like trading. I thought I was trading, you know, I was only learning. I didn't know what a candlestick was, you know. So I don't know, it's hard to count those years because I didn't know what I didn't know, you know. So I was doing like support and resistance, EMAs, like Bollinger Bands, like I was just trying everything under the sun. Until I came across ICT and then T-Trades, you know. But I guess when I really put, like, would say when I found that and found my model, like when I really put my head down, it probably took me 2 years, I would say, until I started seeing any proper results. And no, I was a FX trader. That's where I started getting my first payouts and stuff. Weirdly, I still really like FX. I don't know if it's just because that's where I started, so I'll always have like a soft spot for it. But yeah, I used to trade CFDs. I still have a couple of CFDs, but that's when that's where I used to get my first, or not used to, that's where I got my first payouts and stuff. So that's where I cut my teeth, was on FX, and then transitioned over to futures. So this is great, guys. I love these questions. I'd much rather be doing this than actually taking trades with you guys. I love all this kind of stuff because this is actually really important. Like I said, of course I can sit here and I can teach you guys maybe something about taking trades and stuff, but this is all shit you can learn yourself. And I say this about the mentorship too. People are like, and I'll say this too, you don't need a mentorship to make it. Like, you definitely don't. But what it does, nobody can tell me that it wouldn't steepen your learning curve. Like, it can cut your learning curve in half or in a quarter, because like I just said there, if you're just starting out, there's so many bad things you can do that will like delay you getting profitable. So I just think having like help doing that is big. So like I said, I'm sure most of you guys here know how to take good trades. You don't need me to sit here and tell you. It's how to handle yourself like away from the markets, how to go through drawdown, how to, I don't know, manage your risk, shit like that. Like, I'd much rather help you guys with that stuff. And of course, if we can catch some bangers on stream, that's also nice. It's also important to have goals, like realistic goals, but ones that you're not completely focused on to take up your time. I knew this thing was going to go. What's this RR here? Just 2 hour. I was watching this a while ago. Like, we have a sweep, resweep, CSD, gap. I don't know, just a little choppy though, just a little choppy. Gonna get a new 4 hour candle here too. Interesting to see what happens if YM takes previous weekly low here and we create SMT in this gap. That's kind of what I'll be watching. Or if ES trades in just daily gap, NQ doesn't. Yeah, we'll see. Gold, not the best hourly close, but I'll be watching this gap. Get some sort of SMT there. Let's see. What would invalidate this idea, obviously, is if we trade back down, like below this low. Then I'll be no longer bullish. Yeah. But yeah, I'll give it like another 5 or so minutes. But I think you guys know by now after all these streams what I'll be looking for. So new hourly candle opens. Ideally what you'd get is an SMT in this gap with one of these or silver. If you don't get an SMT, then you'll be waiting for C2 to form out of this and then just trade C3. Is how I will look at it. 4 hours closing here is a 4 hour C2. If you're a fractal model trader, you could just look for this candle open low, maybe take out this low here to this gap, maybe into this gap and CSD, take it higher. There's plenty of ways to get in. I'd be watching this gap though, and you don't want this low to be taken. That's what I would watch. So any final questions, guys? Continuing on from what I was ranting about there earlier. Is there anything else you guys want to ask or anything I didn't cover? Another big one too for you guys is try and get an accountability partner. Preferably someone who trades. But if not, you can use someone in your family, like girlfriend, wife, boyfriend, husband, whatever, you need someone to keep you accountable, because when it comes to your risk, like you're the trader, you're the risk manager, you're everything wrapped up into one. Whereas like if you're working at a firm, you're the trader, there's someone's job is to monitor your risk, you know, to make sure you're not oversizing and to make sure you're also taking enough size if you're winning, you know. But obviously that doesn't happen for us. So 2 scenarios: if you can get someone who trades like you, even better, keep yourselves accountable, go over each other's trades, but also you got to keep an eye on their account balances and stuff. So like there's no point in me say I'm paired up with, I don't know, M or Dazn or Esco or someone, and me and them are going over and back about our trades and say, oh yeah, I only lost 2R this week, or I only made 2R this week. Like that's fine, because there's no way that M or Dazn or Esco would know, like, if I'm telling the truth. But if I take a screenshot of my NinjaTrader at the start of the week and send it to them and say, this is all my accounts, their starting balances, and I say I've lost 2R this week, then on Friday I have to resend it back to them with the updated accounts. And if it's down 1,000 and I say I'm only down 2R, which should only be like 400, well then the guys are gonna be like Dave, what the fuck are you doing? Like what's going on here, you know? I used to do that with Land Better Know for a while, and before that I used to just get my wife to do it. And every Friday we'd just sit down, I would go into my Trade and go into just what happened that week. And if I had over risked on any day, I just told her, obviously, like, I can't risk more than or lose more than 400 or 600 or whatever it was that I didn't want to lose for that week. And then she would just go through the P&L and just be like, okay, yeah, well, like, what the fuck are you doing? So it makes a difference when you have someone to be accountable to, especially when you're trying to put food on the table for like a wife and kid and stuff. You're not just letting yourself down, like you're letting the people who depend on you down as well by being an idiot, you know. So there's all those kind of things come into play too. But yeah, I think Amy, you were asking earlier about that. Actually just popped into my head when you said about the Notion and accountability. Like having someone to keep you accountable is huge. I think yes. I'll actually give a really clean chart here. 2-stage on the hourly. If your target is this daily gap, if you don't think it's going to turn around at the NWAG, I think that could be a clean short. Or else just wait and see if we can trade up into something like this, into one of these gaps here, and then CSD, and then take it lower or something like that. But okay guys, I'm just going to give 1 more minute to see if you have any more last minute questions. No trades tonight. I think you can all see why. Gold's kind of ran without us, give a bit of a retrace now. I still think there's opportunity here if you guys are staying up. And I do think there might be opportunity here depending on whether or not this NWAG holds. Just the way AM is looking, I don't think it will, but anyway, it's only Sunday night. The market's only open 4 hours. Don't, like, after a weekend of being good now and like resetting and all that. Don't blow all the marbles on Sunday night. Long week there. You just gotta be like a sniper. Just pick your moments. Let the market come to you. And just be patient. And what's the? I'm gonna slogan this. What's this? What's DDDS? Anybody? YM. Yeah, I see that as well, Dazn. Yeah, I just wonder if it'll hold. You know, like if it's weekly SMT, I've seen people before like, oh, we've weekly SMT. Let's jump onto the 15-minute and take a long. Like we could hold that for a day or two. We could also get. We could get this into this gap, and ES not do it, or vice versa, and we'd still have this SMT holding, you know, like this could come all the way down to here and we'd still have this SMT. So I think there's plenty of time for that. Now this hasn't taken it yet, but we have daily SMT here, but I think we have plenty of time. But if that does hold, I think we're set up for like longer term longs on NQ preferably, because it hasn't taken all-time highs yet. So I don't think there's any rush on that. Oh yeah, this DDDS, don't do dumb shit. That's the motto for the week. Write that in a sticky note and put it on your monitors. Okay, with that, guys, I'm gonna call it here. Be safe. Actually, schedule for this week is a little different. I'll be live tonight, tomorrow night, and Tuesday night, just because I have some personal stuff going on towards the middle and end of the week. So yeah, we'll see. Good luck tomorrow trading New York for those of you guys that trade, and I will see you all back here again tomorrow night, hopefully. Yeah, DDDS. I want you all back here tomorrow night telling me you didn't do dumb shit, please. Have a good night, and thank you all for joining. I appreciate you all and for all your questions and stuff. Yeah, hopefully I'll see you again tomorrow night. Peace, guys.